So today we are going to take this quite a bit in the hips. Keep in mind, we're going to take this toward Galavasana. So that means a lot of external rotation of the hips and very much getting into the sort of stretch, the sort of activation that you get when you're in half pigeon. And let me go through the demonstration of this to begin. So what's going to happen once we get into the main part of the flow? Every sequence is going to bring you to the front of the mat, and there's going to be 3 stages as you come into the shape, and we're working with the figure 4. So initially you're going to be balanced on one foot, which means you're going to lift one leg, bring the ankle across the thigh of your base leg, curl the toes, keep the knee to the side, and keep that leg active. Keep the foot tense, keep your toes curled as best you can. Now your arms are going to be bound. You can release the bind if you need to and just bring your hands to your hips or heart center or whatever keeps you balanced. So just work with that. You got to be balanced first, keep in mind. And if you're able to hold on to this, and just bear in mind, if you have trouble balancing, you can always just touch your toe down to the floor, and a lot of times that's enough to right yourself. Keep your body tense, see about lifting that foot and come back up to the shape, but just work it as best you can. Now, if you can hold this and want to start bringing it down, the second stage is to take this deeper into the hip. So you start to bend the knee of your standing leg, hinge from the hips, and maybe just come down a little bit, maybe come down a lot. You can fold this as low as you like, and the deeper you go, the more you're going to feel the stretch on the side of the lifted leg, and that's definitely going to feel like half pigeon. Now you can come down all the way, folding over the shin, and you can even bring your fingertips down to the floor and come into a fold. And this is good enough as well. You can just stay here. That's the second stage. Now, if you're able to touch the floor, this will allow you to come into Galavasana, which is the arm balance. So basically, you have to be able to set both palms down flat. Keep that lifted shin high on your arms, and then look forward, start to lean, go slow. This is basically a crow with crossed legs. Keep your fingertips gripping. Now, as you lean, maybe just hover your base foot above the floor. You can always set it back down, and maybe just take it back and forth like that. If you're able to hold the tension and keep that foot lifted, you can take it further and bring the heel up toward your seat. If you want to go further still, maybe extend that leg up and back, but take it slow. And people call this flying pigeon because you're basically doing the pigeon stretch but on 2 hands. To pull back in, you bring your knee back to the shin, the foot comes back to the floor. We'll bring it back up to standing, and then we'll move through the Vinyasa from there. So just have that in mind. That is all at the very end of the sequence. So just work things as best you can, the standing balance, the hip opening, maybe the arm balance if you want to take it that far. Now, at the beginning of the sequence, and I have one more demonstration, we're going to take this into a 3-legged dog, and we're going to hop this back and forth. Now, this isn't anything complicated, and you can always opt out of this if this is too much, but keep in mind, most of the flow is going to have you on your feet or low to the floor, and most of the work is going to go to the lower body, and really most of the upper body work is going to be with this little drill in the front. So you're going to take this into downward facing dog, and then from here, bring this to a 3-legged dog. Now, once you come into that 3-legged dog, I want you to pay attention to what you're doing. Keep the lifted leg active. Point the toes, lock the knee, tense up the thigh, lower the hips so that your hips are in line and the hips are square. You should feel the lift in the glutes on that side. And then look forward toward your hands. You're going to keep the base foot where it is. Bend your knee, feel your hips move straight up and down. And we're just going to hop back and forth with the same leg up in the air the whole time. So we're going to press on my left foot, hop it forward, and then press into that foot and hop it back. And you don't have to take it too far. My base foot probably came within about a foot of the floor. You can keep it low like that. If you want to take it up higher, you can bring this toward inversion. But pay attention to how you're landing and be sure you can take it back and forth. And we're going to end up ultimately in a 3-legged dog back where we started. So if for whatever reason that's a little bit too much, or if you want to opt out of it, just stay in your 3-legged dog. We'll come to that position eventually, and then we'll move into the flow from there. So just keep that in mind. So all that said, let's go ahead and start this on our knees. And once you come into position, let's stretch out the bottoms of the feet first. So go ahead and tuck all 10 toes underneath you. Bring yourself to sitting on your heels and just reach back. See that the pinky toes are going to comply as well as the others. And keep this active here to start. So really dig your toes down into the floor as much as you're able. And this is going to stretch out the soles of your feet. Now, if at any point this feels like too much, you can always let it go. I'm not trying to torture you here. But just settle in, breathe into this for a moment. And then if you need to, you can go ahead and let this go. But if you can hold on to this position for a minute or two, we'll start here. Now you can always just start this sitting on your shins with your feet flat on the floor underneath, or take a cross-legged seat, whatever suits you best. But whatever you end up in, sit yourself up tall, draw from your belly around the low ribs, keep your core engaged and keep your spine upright. Open up your palms, relax your hands on your lap. Let your shoulders sink down. But keep your neck long, reach the top of the head toward the ceiling. Bring your chin in just a little bit. And then just close your eyes. So just give yourself a moment to settle in here like this. Let your mind quiet down. And then just start to deepen your breathing here to begin. So with the inhales, pulling as much as you can. Try to fill up your lungs and hold on to all that breath at the top. When you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe here. And just keep breathing like this to start. When you're ready, take a deep inhale. And then when you exhale, just open your eyes. And then just bring your hands down to the floor. And whether the toes are tucked or not, go ahead and release your feet and shake your legs out a little bit. And then bring yourself back into an upright seat. Now maybe you're sitting on your shins, maybe it's a cross-legged seat, whatever suits you best. And then we'll take things slow here to start. So with your next inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, reach us up high again. Exhale, hands through center. Inhale, arms up high. Now the exhale, bring the hands down to center this time. And once the hands are down, go ahead, reach your arms out wide. We're going to take an eagle bind. It's going to be right arm under, left arm over, cross at the elbows, palms to touch, thumbs toward your face. Now if that's not going to work, you can always reach to opposite shoulders. Just do what works. Keep your arms crossed and the shoulder blades spread apart. Now with an inhale, lift your elbows, gaze up high, work to open your chest. And then with the exhale, round back in, elbows toward your belly, round your spine. Inhale, lift your elbows, gaze up high, open up again. With the exhale, round back in, keep squeezing your arms. Inhale, lift the elbows, gaze up high again. And then with the exhale, just round back in one more time. With your next inhale, just come back to center, look forward. And then release this, reach the arms out wide, let's take it the other way. Left arm under, right arm over, cross at the elbows, palms to touch, thumbs toward your face, or again, reach to the shoulders, just do what works. Keep your arms squeezing. With an inhale, lift your elbows, gaze up high here. Exhale, pull back in, elbows to your belly, round your spine. Inhale, lift the elbows, lift the gaze, look up toward the ceiling. Exhale, pull back in and round again. Inhale, lift the elbows, gaze up high one more time. And then with the exhale, pull this back in. Now with your next inhale, just lift up, look forward. Reach the arms straight up, release the bind. And then go ahead and lean to the right. Right hand to the floor. Left arm stretches right. Now gaze up high and just hold here. Maybe drop your left shoulder back and work to open your chest toward the ceiling for a moment. With your next inhale, bring this to center, reach up high. And then with the exhale, lean left. Left hand down, right arm reaching left. Stretch this out long, gaze high here. And maybe drop that right shoulder back, chest open toward the ceiling just a bit. With your next inhale, come to center, reach up high. Now with the exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. Down to the floor, come into all fours. And all fours for just a moment here. We're going to take this into the hips right away. So once your hands come down, go ahead and point the toes of both feet over the left. Walk your hands to the right and bring your right hip down. Now as you set this up, both knees bent. And bring the legs, stagger the legs I should say here. So the knees are bent and the legs are each at about a 45 degree to a 90 degree angle, somewhere in between that. And just sit this on the right hip, sit this up tall. Now lean onto your right hand. With your left hand, keep the right knee pressed down into the floor. And then look back at your left leg. Now curl the toes of the left foot. Keep the toes curled and keep the foot tense. And then lift the left knee up as high as you can. Keep the right knee down. And then bring that knee back to the floor. Lift the left knee up as high as you can again. And then bring it back down. One more time, pull your left knee up high. And then bring it back to the floor. And then from here, sit this up taller. Bring that right hand close to your hip. Left hand outside the right thigh. Now reach the top of that toward the ceiling. Look over the right shoulder. Move into a twist. And use your left arm. Press it into the right leg. And just breathe here for a moment. Now hold on to this twist, but then just turn your head, shift your gaze over your left shoulder. Try to look back at your left foot, and maybe you see it, maybe you don't. But press the left knee down into the floor, curl the toes of the left foot. And then as best you can, internal rotation here, try to lift that left foot up off the floor. Maybe it comes up, maybe not. Set it back down. Again, left knee to the floor. Try to lift that left foot as best you can and set it down. One more time, left knee to the floor. Try to lift the foot and then put it back down. And then come up onto both hands, lift your hips and take this the other way. So point your toes to the right this time. Bring your left hip down. And just take a moment to ranges, stagger your legs. Both knees bent and the legs are somewhere in between a 45 to 90 degree angle. So lean onto your left hand, bring the right hand to your left knee. And then curl the toes of the right foot, keep them curled, keep that foot tense. Now lift the right knee up as high as you can. And then bring it back down to the floor. Right knee up high again. And then bring it back down. One more time, lift your right knee best you can. And then set it back down. And then go ahead and lengthen your spine. Bring that left hand in just outside your hip, right hand outside your left thigh. Sit this up tall, reach the crown of the head straight up, look back over your left shoulder. And use your right arm, press it to your left leg and just breathe here as you're twisting. Now hold your twist and just shift your gaze. Look back over the right shoulder toward your right foot. Maybe you see it, maybe you don't. But press the right knee to the floor. And then as best you can, try to lift that right foot, internal rotation here. Set that foot down. Again, press into the right knee. Work to lift your right foot best you can. And set it down again. One more time. Right knee to the floor. Try to lift that right foot. Like everybody's doing it better than me. And then go ahead and set it back down. And then come up onto both hands. Come back into center. Back to all fours. And then from all fours, we're going to take this in a little bit of bridging here. So go ahead and bring your knees out wide, wider than your hips. Toes point toward each other. Maybe they touch. Like you're about to come back in a child's pose. Now walk your hands back, come down to sitting on your heels for just a moment. And keep in mind, to make this work, you need to kick your feet into the floor and be sure you squeeze your glutes and engage as much as you can as you lift. So hands behind the shoulders about shoulder width. Try to stay light in your hands, on your fingertips if you can. Let's take this back and forth. With an inhale, kick into the floor, squeeze your glutes, let your head fall back. And then with the exhale, sink back down. Inhale, kick into the floor, squeeze your glutes, hips forward and up. Exhale, bring this back down. Inhale, kick down, squeeze your glutes, open up and hold here. Now open up the front of your body, keep kicking into the floor and keep that tension through your hips. If you can take it further, try to lift a little higher and hover your fingertips up off the floor. And then slowly bring this back down. Now once you're down, let's take it side to side. Left hand stays where it is, but with your inhale, sweep the right arm left and open up. Exhale, bring this down. Right hand sets. Inhale, sweep the left arm right as you lift. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, sweep the right arm left again, open up. Exhale, bring this down. Inhale, sweep your left arm right, open up here. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, sweep the right arm left, hold this time. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep kicking down, let your head fall back. And as you take it from here, try to take it further. Kick into the floor, maybe hover that left hand, but hold your shape. And then go ahead, bring this back down. When you're ready, with an inhale, sweep your left arm right, hold this. Kick into the floor, squeeze your glutes, let your head fall back, keep the front of the body long. And if you can take it further, as you kick down, try to hover that right hand, hold your shape here. And then bring it all back down. Once you come down, bring your hands forward, come into all fours. And just give yourself a moment, move things around. Maybe shake your legs out a little bit, loosen up your hips. You can always stretch your hands and fingers. And then bring yourself into center in all fours. We'll take this to the wrists. So to set this up to start, go ahead and bring your legs together, knees to touch, feet to touch as well. And then slide your hands in closer, maybe about 1 or 2 hands lengths forward of your knees. The further forward you are, the harder this will be, the more intense this will be. I want you to flip your hands over, backs of the hands down, palms facing up. The fingertips point in towards center. And keep your fingers spread wide. Now, with your fingers spread wide like this, slide the hands together, interlace your fingers, and then re-flatten your hands. Palms open, fingertips pressing into the floor, straighten your arms as much as you can. And this will be our base position. We'll take this back and forth. So pick your hands up and flip them over, press your palms down. And then flip them again, palms facing up. And just keep on moving back and forth like this, and take it at your own pace. Now, each time you reset, try to flatten your hands, press your fingertips down, whether the palms are facing up or down. Try to straighten your arms at least briefly. And then the next time you end up with the palms facing up, hold this position where we started. Fingers spread wide, fingertips pressing down, straight arms, press your spine up high. And then bring your weight forward to your knees and come up onto your big toes. Keep your feet active. Now, internal rotation from here, not too challenging, but bring your feet out as wide as you can as you hold this. And then bring your feet back together. Pull the feet out wide again. And then bring them back together. Now, pull the feet out one more time and hold this here. Now, keep the feet wide, but lift your toes up off the floor. And then as best you can, try to pulse this, bringing the feet further to the side. On my count, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then set your feet back down. Come up onto your hands. And then walk your hands forward. We'll take one more stretch. Keep your knees together and keep your feet together as well. And then wrists beneath the shoulders. Now, palms facing down. Rotate your fingertips out to the side and toward the back of your mat. Come as far as you can in that rotation on both sides. Set your hands down flat. Spread the fingers out wide. Dig your fingertips down. And straighten your arms. Press your spine up toward the ceiling again. Now, keep that grip. Keep that tension in your hands. And maybe just stay here. You're going to sway a little bit side to side or just hold this shape if this is good enough. But if you want to take it further, go ahead, start with the legs together, but then lift the right knee, bring it down just outside your left leg and cross. And then come back to center with the legs back together. Left knee crosses the right leg, touch it down. And then come back to center here. Right knee crosses the left leg again. And then come back to center. Left knee crosses the right leg, keep that grip on the floor, and come back to center. Right knee crosses the left leg one more time. Hold this here. And if you want to take it further while your legs are squeezing, keep gripping the floor, but maybe lift that left knee up off the mat. And then come back to center with the legs side by side. Left leg comes down over the right. Cross the legs tight, maybe sink back. If you can take this further, see about lifting your right knee a little bit. And then go ahead, bring this back to center. Come up onto the fingertips, down to sitting on your heels. And then just take a moment, shake your hands out, loosen up your fingers and loosen up your wrists. When the hands are ready, go ahead, bring your legs out from underneath you and come to a seat. I'm going to take this into a reverse tabletop from here. So feet in front of you, about hips width distance apart. Hands behind the shoulders, about shoulder width. Palms down, fingertips forward if you can. You can always rotate your fingers to the sides to loosen up the wrists, or to back off on the wrists, I should say. But pressing your hands and feet, lift your seat up off the floor. And let's take it up and down. With the inhale, press your hips high. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press your hips high one more time and hold here. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep the hips lifting like this. And you can look forward, look up, hang your head back, whatever you like, but just breathe. Take an inhale. With the exhale, come all the way down. Now you can shake your hands out in between here, but we're going to take one more variation. We're going to take this with a figure 4. So when you're ready, just press into your hands, lift your seat up off the floor, and set this up. Bring the left foot to center, cross the right leg over the left, bring the ankle past the thigh. Keep the toes of the right foot curled and keep that foot active. Up and down here. With the inhale, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, press this up high again. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, lift one more time and hold here. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips lifting, and just breathe. And press that right leg down into the left as you hold this. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring it down, both feet to the floor. If you need a break from your hands, shake them out for a moment. But then get ready to set it up on the other side. So pressing your hands and feet, lift your seat up off the floor. The right foot steps to center. Cross the left leg over the right, left ankle over the right thigh. Curl the toes of the left foot and keep them curled. Up and down. With the inhale, press your hips high again. Exhale, sink low. Inhale, lift your hips. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, press this high and hold this time. And again, keep your glutes squeezing. Stay lifted. Keep that left leg pressing down to the right as you hold this and keep breathing. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bring everything back down. And again, shake your hands out for a moment if you need it. Once you're ready, just cross at the ankles, roll forward your hands, find all fours. And then we'll warm this up quite a bit further. So wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips to set this up. Tuck the toes of both feet. And then hover your knees up off the mat. Now, once you find this shape, just press down into your hands. And we're going to take this back and forth with the arms. Now, to make this harder, you keep the hips further forward. To back off, go ahead, bring the hips toward your heels. But I want you to pay attention to your arms. Keep your arms parallel, whether they're straight or the elbows are bent. So, take it slowly. Bend the elbows straight back toward you. Bring your forearms all the way to the floor. Bring the elbows down. And then press back up the straight. Keep gripping your mat. Again, pull the elbows back in. Keep the arms in line. Bring the forearms all the way down. Press back up the straight. 3 more times. Pull the elbows in toward you. Bring the forearms to the floor together. Press back up, the straight arms keep gripping. 2 more times. Pull the elbows back toward you, bring the forearms all the way down. And again, press up to straight. 1 more time. Pull the elbows in toward you, keep the arms in line, bring the forearms to the floor. Press back up to straight. And then set your knees down for a moment, just breathe. And then still warming up, but maybe a little bit less intense. Tuck the toes of both feet, hover your knees up off the floor. Find that all fours position again like you're ready to move. And this time sink your seat back toward your heels. Now be sure you can move the hips up and down and take this back and forth. So I want you to come forward with your right foot outside your right hand. And then bring it to the back of the mat. Forward with your left foot up to the left side. And then step it back. Right foot up to the right again. Come back to center. Left foot up to your left side. And then step it back. Right foot forward to the right. Bring it back to center. Left foot to your left side. Back to center here. Now differently this time. Come forward with your right foot over to the left, twisting underneath. And then sink back to center. Left foot over to the right. Back to center here. Right foot left again. And then sink back down. Bring the left foot right. And then sink back down one more time. Now just come back to center. Set your knees down for a moment and breathe. And then we're going to take this a little bit further still. We're going to move this toward a baby Galavasana. It's the back to that figure 4. So when you're ready, press in your hands, tuck the toes, hover your knees. And then just sink back. Now when you're ready, step the right foot forward, up and to the left. And then once you've twisted this to the side, bring the left knee all the way to the floor. Now keep the toes of the left foot tucked with your left hand. Take hold of the right ankle. And bring the right ankle onto your left thigh. So just find that cross the legs, keep the toes of the right foot curled, and maybe just sink into this. And if you decide this is enough, you can just stay here. Now, if you want to take this further, and there's always somewhere else to go, you can put the left hand on the floor, keep your legs crossed, walk your hands in close, and then press down, tuck the toes of your left foot, lift your left knee, and round into the crossed legs. Now, this could be good enough right here, and this is a pretty deep stretch. You can stay with this. But if you want to take this further, we're going to take it toward baby Galavasana. Now, for that, you've got to stay folded as tight as you can. You're curling your body into a ball with your legs crossed, so walk your hands in close. And this is going to be a little bit awkward, so be ready to adjust as you go. You're going to bend into both elbows to bring the forearms down. And at the same time, bring the right shin across both upper arms. So take it slow. You can always bring one arm down at a time. And if you can bring this down and find that shape with your legs crossed, maybe lean forward to lift your left foot. Now, if you want to take it further, and this is hard, you can maybe extend that left leg back. You're probably going to be kissing your mat if you take it that far. And then from wherever you are, go ahead and bring this all down. And come back to all fours, and that's going to make your regular Galavasana seem a hell of a lot easier, trust me. All right, when you're ready, come into all fours, tuck the toes of both feet. And again, hover your knees. Now sink to the back of the mat, come forward, left foot steps up to the right. Now with that twist, bring the right knee down to the floor. And then with your right hand, take hold of the left leg and bring the left ankle onto the right thigh this time. Curl the toes of your left foot and maybe just sink into the stretch. This is plenty. If you're going to take it further, both hands down. Toes of the right foot are tucked, but lift the right knee and round into the crossed legs and feel that stretch. This could be good enough here. Now, if you want to take it deeper toward that baby Galavasana, walk the hands in close round your spine and stay curled as much as you can over the crossed legs. And then to bring it down, and again, this is probably going to be clunky, but bend the elbows in toward you, bring the forearms to the floor, and bring that lifted shin across both upper arms. Now, if you bring it down like that, look forward, lean forward, maybe lift your right foot. And if you want to take it further, maybe extend that right leg back, but you're probably going to be able to kiss the floor. And then when you're ready, just bring everything back down. Come into all fours, take a moment, move around, loosen up. Now you can just stay here and breathe, maybe take another stretch, whatever you like. But whenever you're ready, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips, and come into downward facing dog. Now once you bring yourself into down dog, take a look at how you set this up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart. Now press into your palms, flatten your hands, and sink your chest low to the floor. As your chest sinks down, press your hips up toward the ceiling as high as you can. And try to keep that long reach, that long line through the upper body from the wrist creases through to the hips. Keep some tension in your core, pulling in from the belly, round the low ribs like you're cinching a belt. And if your legs are tight, if your hamstrings are tight, just bend the knees, let that go. And you can always stay loose here. You can pedal this out and let your hips move side to side. When you're ready, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees, look forward, and step this to the front of the mat. Let's take a ragdoll fold. So feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in the knees. Let your belly touch your thighs, let your head hang, let your spine round. And let everything go long and loose here. Let the muscles of your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor. You could reach to opposite elbows if you like, and maybe shake this side to side to loosen further. And then when you're ready, just release any grip that you have. Keep the bend in the knees to begin, but then restack your spine. So just slowly round this up to standing. Bring your head up last. And just open up your palms at your sides. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands down to heart center. Take a moment here to breathe, set an intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. With the next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. So hinge at the hips, start with a straight spine, put a little bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged, move smoothly, and then just release this at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift up halfway, fingertips to the floor or to your shins, lengthen forward through the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, bring your hands to the mat and step this back to high plank. Find your shape here, wrists into the shoulders, palms press the floor away from you. And then when you're ready, take an inhale. With the exhale, slowly bring your shoulders forward as your elbows bend. Now keep your body in line, elbows pulled into your sides. Take it slow, all the way down onto your belly. Once you're down, flatten the feet up behind you. Hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. We'll take it up and down through low cobra. So with an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, peel this up again. Exhale, lower. Inhale, peel up one more time. Now just stay lifted here. Keep the lift in your upper body. Press into your feet. Take some or all the weight out of your hands. Elbows at your sides. Pull the shoulders back. Keep looking forward. Work to lift up a little bit higher. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll back down. Hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. Press the palms to the floor. And let's take it to upward facing dog. So with an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward. Let your hips hang, stay in the tops of your feet. Keep your legs active. Work to lift your knees up from the mat. To take it further, kick your feet down. Squeeze your glutes. Try to pull the hips forward to help deepen and lengthen the arc through the front. Lift with the arms. Lift through the shoulders. Keep your neck long. Keep your chest pulling forward. And then take an inhale. And with the exhale, pull your belly in. Hips up high, back to down dog. Paddle out for a moment. Let your hips move side to side. And then we'll take this to our sun salutation, see a steady movement. So take a deep inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees. Look forward, step or float to the front. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold this down. Inhale to stand and reach your arms up high. Exhale, fold this all the way down again. Inhale, lift up halfway. And with the exhale, hands to the mat, chaturangas, next high plank to low. With an inhale, open up your chest, lift your gaze, up dog or cobra. And then with the exhale, pull your belly in. Bring your hips up high to down dog. 2 more rounds, keep it steady, take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, arms reach high. And then with the exhale, bring it back down again. Inhale, lift this up halfway. And with the exhale, hands to the floor, high plank to lows next. Now with an inhale, open up, draw forward. Exhale, pull back in and bring your hips back up. And then one last round, take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to standing, arms reach high. Exhale, all the way back down. Inhale, lift halfway here. And then with the exhale, set the hands, chaturanga. With an inhale, open up, draw forward. Exhale, pull back in. And bring your hips back up. Just find your downward facing dog and breathe here for a moment. Now from your downward facing dog, inhale the right leg high behind you. And with your right leg lifted, move into a scorpion dog. So bend the right knee, hang your right foot left. Let your hips open up, feel your body twist. With your next inhale, straighten the right leg, come back to your 3-legged dog. Now, straighten your right leg, point the toes, lock the knee, feel the lift in the glutes on the right side. We're going to take it back and forth through those hops. So look forward toward your hands. Keep the left foot where it is. Bend your left knee. Feel your hips move straight up and down. Now back and forth. Press into your left foot. Hop this forward. And then press into your left foot. Hop it back. Press into your left foot. Hop this forward. Press into your left foot. Hop it back. Press into your left foot. Hop it forward. And then press into your left foot. Hop back one more time. Three-legged dog. Take an inhale. With the exhale, bring it forward. Knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, and stay forward this time. Take an inhale. With the exhale, just set the right foot down between your hands, low lunge. Take it down lower, left knee down, left foot flat behind. Sink your hips down, press them forward. Anjaneyasana. With an inhale, reach your arms up high. Just open up here and breathe. So reach the arms up and back, gaze up high. Let your hips sink low to the front. And just breathe into this here. Now as you hold on to your shape, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands behind your head. Interlace your fingers, keep the palms open. Elbows wide, pull your shoulders further back and keep your gaze up high. Now we're going to hold the arch in the spine here and just take this back and forth, moving with the right leg. So keep looking up. Now press into your right foot, lean this further back. Bend deeper into the right knee and sink this forward. Again, press into your right foot, lean this further back. Bend deep into the right knee, sink this forward. Press into your right foot, lean this further back and hold here. So the hips are going to be stacked more or less over your left knee. Keep your gaze up high, keep your shoulders pulled back, keep breathing. And then take this toward a twist. Release your right hand. Reach down toward your left heel. You don't have to touch it. And as you twist, look down your right arm. Try to point that left elbow toward the ceiling and just breathe. With your next inhale, turn to center, reach up high. And then with the exhale, both hands down around the right foot. Now tuck the toes of the left foot, lift your left knee. And then we'll open this to warrior two. So with an inhale, drop your left heel. Bring your hands to your hips, open to the left side. And then pivot on both feet. We're taking warrior two to the back of the mat. So deep bend the left knee, right leg straight. One line from the front heel to the back arch. And adjust this. You can always take your stance wider and bring your hips down lower. Now keep your torso upright. Reach this equally front to back. And let's go back and forth. Inhale, reverse. Right hand to the right thigh, left arm high and back. Exhale, extend. Left elbow to the left thigh, right arm high forward. Inhale, reverse this. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse this. And then with the exhale, extend it forward one more time and hold. Take a half bind. Right arm behind your back, palm face. May pull that shoulder back and look up. And this is good enough right here, but if you want to go deeper, you can bring the left hand to the floor inside the left leg. Maybe go deeper and bend the left elbow. If you want the full bind, go ahead, reach underneath and find that grip. Now, however far you go, keep the right shoulder high. Be sure you can still look up and see the ceiling. Take an inhale here. Now with the exhale, hands to hips, bring your torso upright. And then turn the heels in towards center, toes out. Bring yourself into a horse stance. Bend into both knees. Bring your thighs toward parallel with the floor. Get the hips down toward the level of the knees. Move around for a moment. And once you're ready to settle in, bring your spine toward upright. Now we're going to go up and down from here. So with an inhale, straighten your legs. Reach your arms up high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Sink deep into horse, into that squat. Inhale, come up again. Reach up. Exhale, sink this down low. Inhale, straighten your legs. Reach up high. Now exhale, sink down one more time, stay in horse. And as you hold this, reach your arms out wide. Now it's an eagle bind. It's going to be right arm under, left arm over. Cross at the elbows, palms to touch thumbs toward your face. Reach to the shoulders if you need to, do what works. And then from here, with an inhale, straighten your legs. Lift your elbows, gaze up high. And with the exhale, pull back in, bend your knees. Hinge from the hips, chest toward the floor as you come into horse. Back and forth, inhale, straighten your legs. Lift your elbows, gaze up high, just take it slow. Exhale, bend your knees back to horse. Hinge from the hips and fold your chest down. One more time with the inhale, straighten your legs. Lift the elbows, gaze up high. And then one more time, bend your knees. Hinge from the hips, face your chest toward the floor. Keep the arms squeezing. And then stay in horse. So keep your knees bent, but bring your torso to upright. Now we'll take this into balancing. So shift your weight to the left foot, lift the right heel. Drag the right big toe over till you can lift the right knee. And just move right into eagle, cross the right leg over the left. Now squeeze your legs together, sink your hips down. You can always touch that right foot to the floor if you need the support. But shoulders back, elbows high, keep the arms squeezing, and just breathe here. Now with your next inhale, straighten your left leg, lift your right knee. Now slowly bring that right knee out to your side. Look toward the front of the mat, step your right foot forward. And then lift your left heel, pivot the hips toward the front. So you can take this to a high lunge stance facing forward. When you're ready, bring the weight to the right foot. Come to standing with your left knee high. And then let's take this to the figure four. So it's left ankle over the right thigh, just hold here. You can release the bind if you need to, but keep it if you can. Now if you can take this down deeper, see about bending the right knee and sinking into the hips. Maybe hinge from the hips and take it deeper still. Now if you still got the bind and you want to take this really low, you can fold completely over that lifted shin. Maybe bring the elbows past the shin, but take this to where you can. And then if you want to take this with a fold, maybe release the hands and bring your fingertips to the floor. Now you can always stay with the hip stretch, but if you can reach the floor if you want the arm balance, both palms down, shin high in the arms, look forward, lean, go slow, maybe hover the right foot, maybe pull your heel up, maybe extend the leg up and back, just take it to where you can. Now if you lifted the right leg, bring the knee back to the shin, the foot comes back to the floor. Everybody, hands to your hips. Now with an inhale, slowly bring yourself upright with your left knee high. And with the exhale, just set that foot down. When you're ready with an inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, fold this all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then with the exhale, set the hands, take it through your Vinyasa. And once you find your down dog, give yourself a moment, paddle out and breathe. All right, from your downward facing dog, inhale your left leg up high. Left leg lifted, move into your scorpion dog. Bend the left knee, hang the left foot right, let your hips open up, let your body twist. With your next inhale, straighten the left leg, three-legged dog. Now see your left leg is straight. Reach to the big toe, lock the knee, tense up the thigh, lower the left hip so you can feel this in the glutes. The hips stay level. Look forward toward your hands, keep the right foot where it is. Bend your right knee, feel your hips move straight up and down. Back and forth, press into your right foot, hop it forward. And then press into your right foot, hop this back. Press into your right foot, hop this forward again. And then press into your right foot, hop it back. Now press into the right foot, hop this forward one more time. Press into your right foot, hop it back. Now you're back in that three-legged dog, left leg high, take an inhale. With the exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale forward, knee to chest, stay forward and hold. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, set that left foot down between your hands, low lunge. Now take it down lower, right knee down, right foot flat behind. Sink your hips down, press them forward. And then when you're ready, with an inhale, reach this up high, open up, Anjaneyasana here. So reach up and back, gaze up high, but let your hips sink low toward the front. Find that long arc through the front of the right side of your body, just breathe. Now as you hold this, take an inhale. And with the exhale, just bring the hands behind your head, interlace the fingers, palms open, elbows wide, shoulders pulled back, keep your gaze high. And let's take this back and forth. Keep the arch, but we're going to move with that left leg. Pressing the left foot, lean this further back, keep looking up. Bend deep into left knee, sink this down and forward. Pressing your left foot, lean this further back again. Bend deep into your left knee, sink this forward. One more time, press your left foot, lean this further back, hold here. Keep your chest open, keep the hips stacked more or less over the right knee. And then release your left hand. Now twist this, reach your left hand down toward the right heel, you don't have to touch it. Right elbow points toward the ceiling, look down the length of your left arm, just breathe here. With your next inhale, turn to center, reach both arms high. And then with the exhale, hands down around your left foot. Now tuck the toes of the right foot, lift the right knee, low lunge. From here to warrior two, with the inhale, drop the right heel. Hands to your hips, open up to the right side. Pivot on both feet, take your warrior two to the back of the mat. So the right knee's gonna be bent, the left leg straight. One line from the front heel to the back arch. Sink your hips low. And then once you're ready, just stay upright and reach the arms equally front to back. Back and forth here, inhale, reverse. Left hand to left thigh, right arm high and back. Exhale, extend, right over to the right thigh, left arm high and forward. Inhale, reverses. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. And then with the exhale, extend this forward one more time and hold. Now take a half bind, left arm behind your back, palm face away, pull that shoulder back and look up. And if you want to take it deeper, see about bringing that right hand to the floor inside the right leg. Deepest still, you can bend the right elbow and sink down. Maybe reach underneath, find the full bind. Wherever you take it to, the left shoulder's high, and you can still look up to the ceiling. Keep breathing here. Now take an inhale. With the exhale, slowly bring yourself upright, hands to your hips. Turn the heels in towards center, toes out, and then bend the knees and bring yourself into a horse stance again. So just a wide-legged squat, hips down low, thighs toward parallel with the floor. When you're ready to settle in, bring your torso to upright. Now from here, with an inhale, straighten your legs, reach your arms up high. Exhale, hands to heart center, sink back down to horse. Inhale, straighten your legs, reach up again. Exhale, hands to heart center, sink straight down. Inhale, straighten your legs, reach up high. Exhale, sink down to horse one more time and stay here. And then go ahead, reach your arms out wide. Now, eagle bind, left arm under this time, right arm over. Cross at the elbows, palms to touch thumbs with your face. Reach to the shoulders if you need to. Again, do what works. Shoulders down, elbows up. Now from here, with an inhale, straighten your legs, elbows high, gaze up high. And then bend into both knees, sink down to horse. Hinge from the hips, face your chest to the floor. Now bring it up again, straighten your legs. Lift the elbows, gaze up high. Take the sit to the upper back. Bend the knees, sink your hips down low. Hinge down, chest to the floor. One more time, straighten your legs. Come up, lift the elbows, lift your gaze. And then bend the knees, come back down. Hinge from the hips, chest faces the floor. And keep your knees bent, bring your torso upright, and you're still in horse. Now put the weight to the right foot this time, lift your left heel, drag that left big toe over, and then just lift your left leg and cross it over the right when you're ready. Now squeeze your legs together, sink down, maybe touch that left foot to the floor if you need some stability. But shoulders back, elbows up, and keep squeezing the arms and legs, just breathe. Now with your next inhale, straighten the right leg, lift your left knee. And then slowly bring your left knee out to the side, step it toward the front of the mat, and lift your right heel, pivot your hips so you square everything toward the front. Now from your lunging stance, when you're ready, put the weight to the left foot, come forward with your right knee high. Find your balance and then move this into the figure four. Right ankle crosses over your left thigh. Keep the toes of the right foot curled. You try to keep the bind if you can. You can let it go if you need to. If you can take it lower, bend your left knee, start to hinge from the hips and sink down. Maybe take it down deep. You can always try to bring the elbows past the lifted shin. Now if you just want to keep the fold, you can always bring your fingertips down to the floor. And if you can reach, if you want the arm balance, it's both palms down, shin high in the arms. Look forward, lean forward, go slow. Maybe lift your left foot. Maybe pull the heel up. Maybe extend the leg up and back. If you lifted that left leg, bring the knee to the shin. The foot comes back to the floor. Everybody, hands to your hips. With an inhale, slowly bring yourself upright with your right knee high. And then with the exhale, set that foot down. With your next inhale, reach both arms high. Exhale, fold this all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then with the exhale, set the hands, take it through another vinyasa here. Once you find your down dog, give yourself a moment, paddle this out. And we'll take this into the next sequence. So from your downward facing dog, inhale your right leg high, find that three-legged dog. Now straighten your right leg, point the toes, lock the knee, keep the thigh tense. Lower the right hip so it's level with the left. Look forward toward your hands, keep the left foot where it is. Bend your left knee, feel your hips move straight up and down. And let's take it back and forth. Press into your left foot, hop this forward. And then press into your left foot, hop it back. Press into your left foot, hop this forward again. Press into your left foot, hop it back. Press into your left foot, hop it forward one more time. Press into your left foot, hop it back. This puts you back to that three-legged dog. Right leg high, right leg straight. Take an inhale. With the exhale, bring it forward, knee to right elbow. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale forward, knee to right elbow. Hold it here, stay forward. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, set the right foot down outside the right hand. Now we're going to take this as a lizard lunge variation, so look at your right leg. Bring the right ankle forward so it's a little bit past the right knee, and then curl the toes of the right foot, keep them curled, keep that foot active. Roll to the outside edge, let the right knee go to the side, and then sink your hips down low, pull your chest forward. Try to keep the left knee up off the floor if you can. You can set it down if you need to. But put the weight to the left hand, right arm reaches straight forward, and follow your right hand with your gaze. So with an inhale, reach your right arm back and look back. Exhale, reaches forward. Inhale the right arm back again. Exhale, reaches forward. Inhale the right arm back one more time and hold here. Now keep looking toward the back of the mat, but take a half bind, right arm behind your back, palm face away. Pull that shoulder back, and then go ahead, bring your left knee down to the floor. Now the toes of the right foot are still curled. Keep pulling that right knee out to the side, and this is good enough here. If you want to take it further, maybe bend your left knee, pull your heel up toward your seat. There's no grip here though. Keep your left hip low, and keep the right hip open with the right knee out to the side. Just breathe. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release this, both hands down inside the right foot. Tuck the toes of the left foot, lift your left knee. And then when you're ready, with an inhale, drop your left heel, turn to your left side, bring your hands to your hips, and come up to a straddle stance. Now, feet not too wide here. I want you to keep your feet parallel and both legs straight. And then we'll take us into balancing on the right foot first. So bend your right knee, lean right, lift your left heel, and drag the left big toe over to all the weights on the right leg. When you're ready, come up to standing with your left knee high, hold here. Now dig into the right big toe, be sure you're balanced. When you're ready, with your left hand, take hold of your left knee and pull it out to the side. Now maybe just hold this, keep the toes pointed down. If you want to move with this, keep your left hand lifted, but just open up the palm on top of the left knee and keep that left hand in place. Just move your left leg. Bring the knee into center. Touch the big toe down. Now pull the knee out to the side, lift straight up, knee back to center, touch the toe down, knee to the side, lift up to the hand, pull back to center, touch the toe down, knee to the side, lift straight up, pull back to center, big toe to the floor, knee to the side, pull straight up, back to center, big toe down, knee to the side, pull straight up and take hold of that knee with your left hand. This is good enough here. Now, if you want to take this further, reach your right arm down at your side about 45 degrees, and then maybe look down the length of the right arm. If you can take it further, start to lean right and keep lifting your left knee. This is good enough here. If you can take it deeper, keep leaning. The left hand, you can take hold of that left big toe, maybe lift the knee higher, maybe extend the leg, but you're still leaning. Just take this to where you can right now, and keep your balance. See if I can. Maybe not. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. All right, now hold your balance as best you can. Release your grip, keep that left knee lifted to the side, hands to your hips, and then just step the left foot wide and come back to that straddle with both feet parallel. Now bring your hands to your low back, interlace the fingers, pull the palms together, draw your shoulders back and keep your chest open. And then bend your left knee, lean to the left side. Lift your right heel. Drag the right big toe over until all the weight's in the left leg, but keep the right big toe touching the floor. Now we're going to take this down low and just move that right foot in an arc. So slowly, draw a semicircle behind you. Bring the right foot back and across. Bend your left knee. Hinge from your left hip. Bring your belly to your left thigh. Come down low as that right leg goes off to the left. And then press directly to the left foot. Come back upright and bring the right big toe to the side. Again, take it slow. Right foot back and across. No weight on that foot. Bend your left knee. Hinge from the hips. Belly to your left thigh. Come down low. Keep your shoulders pulled back. Press into your left foot. Come back up and bring that right big toe to the side. One more time. Right foot draws that arc back and across. Bend your left knee, sink straight down, belly to your left thigh, and hold here, stay low. Now if you want to take it deeper, maybe lift the right foot, bring the right knee to touch your left leg. Maybe press your knuckles toward the ceiling to open your chest further. Keep balancing. Now from wherever you are, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just step the right foot out to the side, come back to your straddle. And then pivot on both feet. Point the right big toe toward the front of the mat, lift your left heel, come to a high lunge stance with your hips squared toward the front. And then when you're ready, put the weight to the right foot and come forward with your left knee high, find your balance. Now move to the figure four when you're ready. Cross that left ankle over the right thigh, curl the toes. Maybe to stay upright here, you can let the bind go if you need to. If you're ready to take it deeper, bend the right knee, hinge from the hips. Lead with your chest if you start to fold this down. Maybe press your knuckles toward the ceiling, but just take this to where you can, take it as low as you like. Now you can just keep the fold and bring the fingertips to the floor. And if you want the arm balance, bring your palms down. Shin high in the arms, look forward, lean forward, go slow. Maybe hover the right foot, maybe pull the heel up, and maybe extend that leg up and back. Take this to where you can. Now if you lifted that right leg, bring the knee back to the shin. Foot comes back to the floor. Everybody hands to your hips. With an inhale, bring this up to standing with your left knee high. And then with the exhale, just set that foot down. With your next inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then with the exhale, set the hands, take it through another vinyasa. Once you find your down dog, pedal out and breathe for just a moment. And then let's take all this to the other side to even things out. With your next inhale, raise your left leg high. Now straighten your left leg right away. Point the toes, lock the knee, tense up the thigh. Lower your left hip so it stays in line with the right. Keep your hips squared. Look forward toward your hands. Keep the right foot where it is. But bend the right knee. Feel your hips move straight up and down. Back and forth. Press into the right foot. Hop it forward. And then press into your right foot. Hop this back. Press into your right foot. Hop this forward again. Press into your right foot. Hop this back. Now press into the right foot. Hop it forward one more time. Press into your right foot, hop it back to your three-legged dog. And then when you're ready here, take an inhale. With the exhale, bring it forward, left knee to left elbow. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale forward, left knee to left elbow, hold. And then set your left foot down outside your left hand. Now look at that left foot. Walk it forward a little bit so the ankle's at least a little bit past the knee. Curl the toes, left foot, keep them curled. Roll to the outside edge so you can see the sole of the foot underneath and bring that left knee to the side. Now sink your hips down low, pull your chest forward, try to keep that right knee lifted if you can. And then reach your left arm straight forward and you're going to follow that left hand with your gaze. So with an inhale, reach your left arm back, look back. Exhale, reaches forward. Inhale, reach the left arm back again. Exhale, reaches forward. Inhale the left arm back, now hold here, keep looking back. Take a half bind, left arm behind your back, palm face may pull the shoulder back. And keep your chest open. Now go ahead, set that right knee down. Keep the toes, left foot curled, and keep the knee to the side. If you want to go deeper, you can bend the right knee, pull the right heel toward your seat, but there's no grip here. Just keep the front of the right side long and keep your hips low. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, turn to center, both hands down inside that left foot. Tuck the toes of the right foot, lift the right knee. And then when you're ready, with an inhale, drop the right heel, bring your hands to your hips, and open up to a straddle on this side. Now both legs straight and both feet parallel, so probably not too wide. And then when you're ready from here, go ahead and put the weight to left foot, bend your left knee. Lift your right heel, drag that right big toe over, and come to standing with your right knee high this time. Now be sure you've got the balance. Dig into that left big toe. And then when you're ready, with your right hand, take hold of the right knee, pull it out to the side, and you can just stay right here, point the toes down. Now, if you want to move with this, open up the right palm, just touch the right knee, and then just start to move your right leg. Bring the knee in towards center. Big toe down to the floor. Pull the knee to the side, and then lift straight up. Knee to center, big toe down, out to the side, lift straight up. Knee to center, big toe down, out to the side, lift straight up. Knee to center, big toe down, out to the side, lift straight up. Knee to center, big toe down, out to the side, lift straight up. Knee to center, big toe down, out to the side, lift straight up, and just hold the knee with your right hand. This is good enough. If you want to go further, left arm down at your side about 45 degrees. Maybe look down the length of your left arm, and maybe start to lean left and lift the right knee. Good enough here. Now, if you want to take it further, you can reach inside the right leg, find the big toe. Maybe pull the knee higher, but you're still leaning. Maybe extend the leg further, but you're still leaning here. Still balancing, take an inhale. And with the exhale, slowly, right knee still lifted, hands to your hips. Go ahead, step the right foot wide, come back to your straddle with the feet parallel. And then bring your hands to your low back. Fingers interlace, find the interlace that feels strange, opposite of what you just had. Pull the palms together, draw your shoulders back, open up your chest. Now lean right, bend the right knee. Lift your left heel, drag the left big toe over until all the weight's in your right leg, but keep that left big toe touching down. And again, we're going to lower on the right leg with the left big toe just tracing that arc on the floor. So bring the left big toe behind you, bend the right knee, hinge from your hips, bring your belly down to touch your right thigh, come down low. And then come back up and swing that left big toe out to the side. Just take it slow. Again, left big toe comes back and across. Bend into the right knee, sink down, belly to the right thigh. And then take it slow, come all the way back up the vertical, left big toe to the side. One more time, draw that arc with your left big toe, bring it back and across. Bend the right knee, come down deep, belly to the right thigh, hold here. And stay low. Now, if you can, go ahead, lift your left foot, touch the left knee to the right leg. Maybe press your knuckles toward the ceiling, but just take this to where you can. When you're ready, with an inhale, bring yourself upright, step that left foot wide, come back to the straddle. And then go ahead, pivot on your feet. So turn that left foot, point the toes to the front of the mat. Lift your right heel, square your hips forward, pull that right hip forward as the right heel lifts. Now, once you're ready, bring the weight to the left foot. Come to standing with your right knee high. And then once you find your balance, cross that right leg over the left. You can just stay here and stay upright, curl the toes of the right foot. If you want to sink down, bend into that left knee. Start to hinge from the hips. Maybe come down a little bit, maybe a lot. Take it as deep as you like. Maybe press the knuckles toward the ceiling here. And then you can always just take the fold with the fingertips down again. Now if your hands touch the floor, palms down, shins to the upper arms, look forward, lean forward, take it slow. If you're going to take the arm balance, you can always just hover that left foot. You can pull the heel up, and you can extend the leg up and back, but keep it under control. Now if you lifted the left leg, knee comes back to the shin, foot comes back to the floor. Everybody, hands to your hips. With an inhale, slowly come up to standing with your right knee high. And then go ahead, set that right foot down. When you're ready with an inhale, reach both arms high. Exhale, fold all the way down again. Inhale, lift this up halfway. And then with the exhale, set the hands, take it for your last vinyasa. Once you find your down dog, take a moment here, pedal out and breathe. And then from down dog, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees, bring them down to the floor, come into all fours. And then go walk your knees forward a little bit. We're going to take this into camel, standing on the knees. Now keep your knees about hips width distance apart. And you can do this with your feet flat behind you. Always do it that way. You can tuck your toes if you prefer. But once you bring yourself up, right, everything's vertical from the knees on up, hands to your hips. Now you can always change your hands position. You can set them like they're in back pockets, maybe down to your thighs, maybe up to the low back. But whatever you do with the hands, draw the elbows toward each other, keep your shoulders pulled back, and keep your hips pressing forward, keep your glutes engaged. Now when you're ready, just walk your gaze up the front wall. Find the point of the ceiling directly above you and just check in with this. Release the shoulders to the floor, keep your hips pressing forward, and keep that long arc through the front of your body. This is plenty. Now if you want to deepen this, you can walk your gaze along the ceiling and look for the back wall. And deeper still, two ways to go. You can bring the hands down to your heels, just be sure you can keep your hips pressed forward. And if you want to take this even further, maybe reach your arms straight toward the back wall. But just take things to where you can, keep the front of the body open, and keep breathing. And then slowly, from wherever you are, walk your gaze along the ceiling, find the front wall. And bring yourself all the way down to sitting on your heels. Now once you're down, just take a moment here to breathe. And be sure your head's clear. If the blood's rushed from your head, if you're seeing spots, just stay here for a moment. But whenever you're ready, bring your legs out from underneath you and come all the way down onto your back. Once you're down, pull your knees into your chest and squeeze everything in tight. And then we're going to take another round of back bending here. So go ahead and bring your feet down to the floor. And we're going to set this up. I'm going to start this out cueing bridge and then lead it into wheel. You can take wheel from the beginning if you want to hold it longer. And you can always stay in bridge. You don't have to take it any further. But to start, feet and knees about hips width distance apart. Bring your heels in close so you can bring your low back as flat to the floor as you can from the beginning. Arms at your sides, palms down. Just keep your gaze high. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, press down to your feet, lift your hips, and stay lifted. Now this is good enough right here, but keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips pressing high, and hold the tension of the lift. If you want to deepen your bridge, you can bring your hands under your hips. Maybe interlace your fingers. You can pull the palms together. And maybe work your shoulders further behind your back to open your chest even more. Keep the hips pressing up. Now if you got the reach, you can deepen this. You can take hold of the ankles and use that grip to press the hips higher, still open your chest still further. And if you want to go from bridge to wheel, keep your hips lifted but release your hands. The hands come around your head. Palms to the floor, fingertips toward your shoulders, elbows high. Now when you're ready, pressing your palms, you can always lift to the top of your head first. And then whenever you're ready, straighten your arms. Now it's hips toward the ceiling, chest toward the back wall. Keep your glutes squeezing. And if you need more space for your low back, either pose, you can always lift your heels. Keep the shoulder blades squeezing toward each other. And lengthen this out. Open up the front line of your body. And keep your breathing long and smooth here. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bring this all back down. Once you're down, pull your knees back into your chest, squeeze everything in. And let's take a supine twist. When you're ready, go ahead and release your left leg extended fully. Left hand to the right knee, right arm out to your side. Now go ahead, pull the right knee across your body and tuck the left hip underneath you. Keep both shoulders down. Now look for the stretch in the outer right hip toward the low back. If you need more, you can press down with your left hand, or you can extend that right leg all the way to the side. Now if you want to take it deeper still, you can bind both legs. Maybe bend the left knee, reach down with your right hand. And if you find that grip, kick into the right hand. And whatever variation, you keep both shoulders down and just breathe into the twist. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just bring this all back into center. Draw the knees in close. And once you're ready, take it the other way. Extend your right leg this time. Right hand to your left knee, left arm to the side. Now go ahead, pull the left knee across your body. Tuck your right hip underneath. Again, both shoulders down. Now look for the stretch in the outer left hip toward the low back on this side. You can press with the right hand to take it further, or extend your left leg all the way to the side. And if you want to take the other leg as well, you can bend the right knee, reach with your left hand. If you find the foot, kick into your hand. And whatever variation, keep both shoulders down and just breathe into your twist. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, slowly pull everything back into center. Draw the knees into your chest side by side. And then let's take it to happy baby. Go ahead, reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. Stack your ankles above your knees. Draw down on both sides. And try to pull the knees toward the floor. Outside your ribs, press your feet back up into your hands at the same time. Keep the tension working both up and down. Try to flatten your spine, sink your tailbone toward the floor. And you can rock this side to side if you like. And if you want to take it further, you can start to extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, when you're ready, take a deep inhale here. Draw it down as much as you can. And then with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms to your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And just let your eyes close here and let your body settle down into the mat for a moment. When you're ready, here, start to move again, bit by bit, fingers and toes, arms and legs. And then extend this out long. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms out past your head. And then pull everything back in. Draw the elbows toward your chest, draw your knees up as well. And then just take your time. Find your way up to a comfortable seat. And then give yourself a moment here. Ground yourself into the mat, stack your spine. Bring your hands up to heart center. Now take a deep inhale here, hold on to at the top. And then just let everything go. Thank you for joining class. Namaste.